Gary, really disappointing afternoon after having such a positive start. What's your reflection?
Yeah, I think frustrating again, just because I think the nature of the goals that we concede, to get into such a great position and to concede a goal straight after half time. We make a change, to concede a goal straight away. I think you have to do your jobs there, and you have to make sure you defend those moments. You can't give the home team a huge lift so early in the half. Thought we started really well. Really well. Thought the formation looked like it was going to cause them some problems. We've had some incredibly good chances early on in the game. I think we have 3 massive chances. Mish scores his goal, and then we got a couple of brilliant chances then. I think Shemi's opportunity. I think Matty has a great opportunity. Brownie has a great opportunity from a set piece. I think Sparky, was it potentially a penalty? Looks like we're not big enough a club to get penalties at the moment because we haven't had one all season, so that's been disappointing. But yeah, it is what it is. It's like, if you don't defend the moments against a good side, it's always going to be tough.
Yeah. In terms of, we had a sort of similar result against Hull, and we showed a way that we can bounce back in the next game. We're going to have to do that again when we go to at home to Sheffield United next weekend as well. Do you see enough in that, in the way that the team can respond, that you've got enough about you to feel like they can come back next weekend?
Yeah, but I think what we have to do is we can't keep waiting for the moments where we can just I don't even think it's necessarily desire. I don't think it's, I think the players are trying as hard as they can. I think it's just those moments where you switch off. It's you're playing against good teams in this division. You're playing against teams that have spent millions of pounds on forwards, and they can bring forwards on when you start getting tired and change the game. I think the issue with that is then you have to be switched on, and when you've got a back 5 in there defending, at some point you have to make sure that balls in the box they don't score 2 goals from. That's the one they don't score. They maybe score outside the box, they maybe score with when you're attacking and they have a transition in space, but they don't score when you're set and you're back and you're blocking the game up. So I think the change at half time was a difficult one for us, Matty. I think just maybe unbalanced us a tiny bit. And probably halfway through the second half, there was a little bit of me thinking, do we need to change it to a 4-2-3-1? But of course, at 1-1, you don't want to open those spaces up. As it is, we end up conceding anyway. So yeah, it's disappointing. I think we always knew this would be a tough game, but to get into a position 1-0 up and to have some 2 or 3 very good chances, then to come away with nothing again is a little bit frustrating.
Disappointing with Matty going off. Hopefully for the Sheffield United game, we might have a couple that are closer to fitness as well. What boost can that give him, and what do we need to do then going into that Sheffield United game to try and bounce back?
I think like we've done all season. I think we need to turn up at home. We need to put a big performance in at home. I think we found it challenging against the top teams in this division, which is natural when it's your first season in the Championship. But we need a big performance, and we need to. It needs to be that performance where we find the balance between being on the front foot and not allowing too much space for good players, because the reality is in this division, if you allow space for good players, then they're there to punish you, as we saw today. There's a couple of great balls in, but I believe that we can stop those moments from happening, and certainly stop players being free in the box. So you have to respect your opponent, but we've got 2 home games coming up. It's an opportunity for us to bounce back.
Ciaron, it's a disappointing result in the end. Just what was your review of the match?
I think first half we done really well, got in some good opportunities. Went into into half time leading and probably deserved it, and come out second half and we let them score an easy goal quite early on, and it made it difficult for us, and we kind of made it easy for them to play how they wanted to play, and they sustained a lot of pressure. And when you allow teams like that a lot of the ball, they can hurt you. And I just think today we didn't defend the box as well as we could have.
And looking at the second half, do you think there's any clear things that we were lacking?
Yeah, I think we should, foremost, we should just defend the box better. I know that we limit them to some chances, but we need to defend the box better and deal with the goals better.
And looking ahead, we've got a busy schedule. of course, end of season running. Just how much are you looking forward to just getting back on the pitch and getting back in front of the fans?
Yeah, I think after a result like this, when we're ahead and should probably get something from the game, it's best thing for us is probably playing at home and just trying to put that right.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.